playing basketball. I was really good at handling the ball, but when it came to shooting threes, I was handling the basketball. Yeah, whatever. So I think, yeah, I'm good at handling balls. Yeah.
It's not getting better.
Welcome back, guys. It's episode number 8. Today we have our friend Felix. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How?
No.
Di già.
You just said Felix.
No, he's Alex.
Alex.
I think that's a big discussion. I've been called everything, to be honest. Felix, Elkis, Elix, Flex more recently in Egypt, and also on Friday by a colleague. But I prefer to go by Felix. I think it's better like that. I mean, everybody knows me by that. My mom calls me that.
When?
When I was born.
When did we ask?
When did we ask you? Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to precise for my fans.
My name
Usually,
is Giorgio.
We do the questions, okay?
Sorry.
Okay.
I apologize.
Else you can run your own podcast and
In fact.
Well, I actually thought about that. I always wanted to make my own podcast, but then you had this idea, and I had to stop it. So, yeah.
Okay, so we saved the word in this case.
I mean, a friend of mine bought the equipment. I mean, he already had it, but we had the equipment and everything, and we were going like, "Hey, let's start a podcast." Yeah, let's start a podcast. What are we going to talk about? We ran out of ideas apparently at some point, and then we stopped it. And then you guys started it, so yeah,
nice.
Thank God. I mean, we didn't do a podcast.
Okay, let's do a cheer.
Oh yeah,
A toast.
Toast.
French toast.
To.
And no food. Sorry.
We're on under budget,
It's okay. When this thing will become like famous all around the world,
Yeah.
I'll take my royalties. I will sue you at some point and
Okay.
just take the money.
Yeah.
Buy a yacht.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, we wanted to invite someone interesting, but
we ran out of people.
We're disappointing our audience.
Hey,
Sorry, guys.
You gotta
Next
do
time.
what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So title. Alex. No.
Felix.
Flex.
Flex.
Can we call you Flex?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Felix.
Yeah. After the show, I'm gonna beat you, but it's okay. So make the damn questions.
No,
make the damn questions.
No, usually we make a proper introduction. So we would say Felix Papanikolla. Nicola.
No, actually,
Nicola.
it's with a hard L. It's like Papanikolla. Yeah.
How?
Papanikolla.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if the tongue has to go like
Show me again.
la. Like
Okay.
I don't think it's very.
Okay, let's cut the bullshit.
I can explain to you better later.
Let's stop the episode.
It was a nice episode. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. Short, but hey, quality.
Yeah, you used to, right?
That's what she said. Breve ma intenso for our Italian fans. Okay, so
cigarette and shower? No, okay.
Okay.
No, like, come on, be serious. So,
Want a cigarette?
Alex, no.
Okay.
Who are you today?
well, I mean, how can I describe my? If I could describe myself, what I would say is that I'm a Greek Albanian, 31-year-old, 31 in April. I mean, I'm not that old. 31 in April, and I mean, it's been more than 30 years that I've been trying to enjoy life with all the bad things that it's giving to me. No, I'm joking. I mean, I'm like many other people. I came to Luxembourg for work. I've been more than 3 years in Luxembourg now. I work a normal job like all of you. I mean, nothing special about me. I don't even know why you invited me, to be honest.
Normal, you say to your job, not mine.
Okay, agreed. So yeah, I mean, a normal, an average expat in Luxembourg, I would say. Like,
okay, but
that's all.
You said that you're half Greek, half Albanian.
Yeah.
Where you were born?
I was born in Albania.
In Albania.
Yeah. Okay. And then grew up in Greece, and then went back to Albania, and then back to Greece.
But one step at a time, okay?
Yeah. Okay, it's a bit complicated.
Yeah. So don't go fast. I know it's your specialty, but
yeah.
Dexterity. When you were loading in the gun in Call of Duty.
I like adrenaline. Yeah.
My life is a quarter of mile of bullshit.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, so at what age you moved to Greece?
It was in 1997. I was 6 years old. There was a civil war in Albania at the point, so we moved with my family in Greece, in Athens. We had a lot of cousins there, so it would be easy to adapt. So that's why we went there. My parents speak Greek, so
But at the time you were already speaking Greek, or you were just speaking Albanian?
I think I was speaking Albanian and Italian at the point, just a little bit of Greek because of my grandparents.
Okay.
But let's say that I learned Greek when I went to Athens.
Okay. And as far as you remember, was hard to learn Greek, or?
Not really. Like, when you're a kid, and my grandparents used to mostly speak Greek at home, so you're used to listening to Greek words. I mean, a completely different dialect. But still, plus when you're a kid, I mean, I was like 6 years old, 5.5 when we went there. So it was really easy for me to learn Greek and to adapt. And yeah.
That's cool.
I had no issues.
How was Greece? Was good?
Yeah, back at the time, I think it was the best. It was the best period for Greece. I mean, the 90s were like everybody would, it was before the crisis. People would have money. They would spend that money. It was like a completely different version of what is Greece now, and it was also easy for immigrants to adapt. When people have money, there's no hate. Everybody's happy. Yeah. So let's say that was what I got from Greece. The period that I lived there, everybody was happy. The country was rich. People were enjoying. I mean, the weekend started on Thursday.
On Monday.
Also, it ended on Monday. So it was a really golden period for Greece. So yeah, I was lucky to be in Greece at that time. Unfortunately, when we went back to Albania, the things started a bit to change, and then there was a crisis, and I think Greece will need a lot of time to go back to what it was in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. And I believe that it not only for Greece, but in general, it was like more a pure period, no phones, no stuff like we have today, people like would speak with each other, we discuss. It would not be like today that everything is, it's digital.
So you're
so pure.
Deep inside, yeah. Deep inside.
But so you said you moved at what age? 5? No?
5.5.
5.5. Okay.
Never listen.
I'm just
take that.
You're confirming what.
Take that good listener out of your CV. I mean, I don't
pay attention to details.
Yeah. Just take that out. We have enough proof to show that you're not a good listener.
Anyway. So your parents moved because of the war, you said?
Yeah, my parents moved because of the war. Basically, back in the days in Albania, there was like a huge Ponzi scheme which involved most of the population. So many people lost their money. And, when people lose their money, they get pissed off. And, in Albania, they start a war. So
fair enough.
I think everywhere a war would start given the situation. So we had to leave and we went to Greece.
Okay, and how did you perceive the thing of moving because of the war at the time?
I was a little kid, so I didn't understand a lot what was going on. We would
today.
Yeah. And what's the difference between now and then?
Yeah. I mean, perception is not my strong point. But yeah, back at the time, I didn't understand a lot what was going on. We would watch the news with my parents like every night, and we would see people like throwing rocks or fighting or doing, and I wouldn't really understand what was going on.
Okay.
I could see that my parents were sad because of the situation. I could see that they were worried, like, you know, we were on the phone every day, but multiple times a day with my grandparents, with my uncles, my aunts who did not leave the country. So you could feel that there's something wrong going on, but, you know, as a kid, you cannot quite understand what happened and why we had to leave home and why we had to start a new life.
And so you never went back during that time?
We spent the first 2 years, we didn't go back. My father was the first one to go back to Albania. He saw that the situation was okay. And I think, after 2 years, we also went back for, you know, summer holidays. And that was my first, let's say, impression of Albania after we had left. And, you know, it was like a country so different from Greece, you know, but yet intriguing, you know. Like, for example, if I may say one thing, in Athens, it would be tough to go out and play in the streets because there were plenty of cars, you know. It was dangerous. In Albania, I kind of had like a childhood, you know. We would stay the whole month of August, and I would see what childhood was really like, you know. We would play in the streets, you know, not many cars. We would play football or other childhood games.
From which city of Albania you come from?
From the south, Vlor.
Okay.
Yeah, Valona in Italian. Okay. Yeah, and, you know, which basically was the epicenter of the war. I mean, we're passionate about everything, also about fighting. So. And it was like that, you know. For me, it was like going back home for holidays was like a major thing because, you know, in Greece, childhood was a bit different. We had few parks to go and play. It was full of cars. It was, you know, I didn't live in the best neighborhood as well. So my parents were like, by 9, you have to be at home. In Albania, that was completely different because, you know, we would play right down under my apartment, so they could see me, and they knew all the people that I was with. You know, it's the child of that guy, it's the son of the other one, the daughter of. So, you know, of course, you know, when it came to speaking with other kids, I was kind of a bit, you know, let's say, with a different attitude, you know. And actually, there was a very funny story when I was, I think I was 12 or 13, we were back for summer, and there was this girl that I really used to like, you know. And, you know, Albania was kind of a bit, how can I say, conservative, you know, like you would like a girl, even if you were a kid, you would not tell her anything. So,
didn't change much yet.
So kind of, let's say, if I may say so, I grew balls, and, you know, I cut a flower and I put a piece of paper telling that, you know, I like you inside, and I gave it to her, and she cried.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, I mean, you know.
Disappointment has so many different levels, you know?
Yeah. And
again, what's the difference between now and then?
Oh, they don't cry. They just slap me now.
Okay.
No,
wait,
but
she
really,
cried because she was what? Like,
no, because
scared?
she was never used to that kind of thing.
Okay.
In Greece, it would be normal when I was like, you know, from elementary first, you know, first grade, you know, you would speak with girls and you would tell them, hey, listen, I like you. Very, very platonic, of course.
You're Greek, of course.
Greek Albanian. So very, very platonic in a way that, okay, I like you, you like me, we are a couple, but that's it. We don't do anything, you know. It's we hold hands maybe in the Christmas party at school, but that's all. And I think in Albania they were not really used to that. So when I gave her the flower and with a letter, you know, that I like you within, I was like, okay, I mean, that's how we do it, no? But she cried, and I was so ashamed. I was like, wow, what did I do? And I remember telling that to my parents, like, I did this and that, and they laughed, and I was more embarrassed than what I was before.
Nice job.
Yeah. So that's why I never give flowers with. I mean, if I ever give flowers, I don't put any notes at all. It's like, you know,
Maybe just a picture.
Not even.
Okay.
Okay. And how was adapting to Greece? Because again, you are 6 years old, and I don't know, were you treated differently because you were Albanian or?
Not really. I mean, there were always some people that, they could see you in a different way, but I believe that the majority were like, okay, he came from Albania, he speaks Greek, he's one of us,
Okay,
I never had any issues with racism, let's say, or stuff like that. The other thing is that, many times things happen and it's up to you to consider that like a racist attack or like, an attack against yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, attack is a big word. I wouldn't use that. But like something happens, it's up to you to feel like this happened because I'm Albanian or this happened because, it could happen to any other kid. Since I was a kid, I always believed that, okay, I'm not different than anyone. We are all the same. So if something bad happens to me, it's not because, I come from Albania or because I'm different. But of course, I mean, I spent 6 years in Greece, a little more than 6 years. So during these 6 years, of course, there were some times that, you could feel that maybe they do it because you're Albanian. But I believe that it was just a really, really small minority.
Okay.
So then you went back in Albania.
Yeah. Then I was 13, I think, and I went back to Albania. And I believe that was the part that it was harder for me to adapt because, like when you spend from 6 to 12 or 6 to 13 in another country, you start growing your own, let's say, personality there, and you get so much used to what you had back in Greece, for example.
Okay.
And then you go back to another country and, it's really hard to adapt, especially when you're a kid and you are the one that should go after the other kids and try to learn their ways. And not the other way around. So, when I first went to Greece, I didn't have this thing. I did like 5 months of kindergarten and then I went to elementary first. So I was kind of part of the group. But when I went back to Albania, I was like the guy who came back from Greece.
The age was also, let's say, a main factor here.
Yeah,
because when you're 5, 6, you're all the same,
Yeah, when you are 12, 13,
you start to feel the different, even if it comes from another part of the town.
Yeah. Let's say people start to get, grouped by other stuff. When you're 5, 6, you don't really think it that way. So maybe when I went back to Albania, it was maybe a bit difficult to adapt. But when you're a kid, it's easy. I mean, you will not make friends the first day or the first week, but at some point you're gonna find people that you share same interests with, and they are like you. So I mean, in Albania, I took a bit more time to adapt, and especially with I mean, not so much with the other kids in my class as with language and with things that I had to learn. Like for me, it was a completely different world. I was used to learning, let's say, kids stuff because Greece has like a very gradual education system. Okay. Well, in Albania, as soon as you're 10 years old, you start with a deep shit, Really? Yeah. So for me, it was like I was coming from a world that everything was like served on a golden dish, I'm a kid. The teacher comes to me. If I don't understand, she explains it again and again and again. And, you get a different treatment. In Albania, I will never forget. I was 12 years old. It was my first or second week at school. And in Greece, I would move from my desk to other people's desks without any permission. It was normal. We were kids. I would move. I would take a pen. I would come back to my place. And I remember in Albania, I did the same thing. Like I stand up. I had to take something at a friend of mine that I left, a book or something. And I stand up. The whole class was like, "What the hell is he doing?" And the teacher comes, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "I just have to take a book." And she came and slapped me, and I was like, what is going on here? I never left my desk again.
But, and what do you think is the reason of this let's say, strictness in the educational system?
I think that was before. Now times have changed, even in Albania, like the teachers are more, helpful to the kids. They don't hit them, or, they treat them a lot better. I think it's just that back at the times, it was...
Yeah, old times.
Yeah. It was kind of an old school education system, which, with the years, it started changing.
But I guess it was the same in Italy during, I don't know, the 50s, 60s. It was really strict. And then...
Yeah, well, Albanians maybe take it a bit slow.
Yeah, I know, we're talking about 90s.
we like to go a bit slower with the processes.
Like your own pace.
Yeah.
And then you spent all, let's say, high school there.
University
also?
High school there, university there, and then when I was 25, I moved to Italy in Turin. I had always, to be honest, wanted to go abroad, to have an experience abroad. Actually, I would have gone to do the university in the United Kingdom, but we didn't manage to arrange that. So I stayed in Tirana, which is like the capital of Albania. And, it was a great experience, to be honest. It was the first time that I was kind of independent. I had to think everything by myself, to do everything by myself. I had like a quota of almost $200, let's say, and I had to spend that for the whole month. So yeah, so you get to learn a lot when you live alone, and yeah.
How come you speak Italian?
Well,
you just moved at 25.
Yeah, no, I mean, back when I was a kid in Albania, there was no national television. Like, I think there was only one, but it was so boring that nobody would ever watch it. Yeah. And it did not have cartoons. So, I was like 3 years old. I wanted to watch cartoons and everything. So given that my city is like really close to Italy, geographically, it's like 70 kilometers or something. Yeah. And I would watch, like Rai or Mediaset, like Italian channels and Italian TV. So when you're a kid, you listen to something, you start reproducing it, and that's it. My mom also speaks Italian. My grandfather used to speak. So it was really easy to learn it.
Yeah. And so what?
Just moved to Turin. He's 25 now. So you just moved to Turin.
But we skipped high school. And,
yeah, but in high school, what will change? You was talking to a girl. Then
I got my first girlfriend in high school.
Yeah, you see?
I got my first girlfriend in high school. Like real girlfriend. Real.
She slapped you?
No. Actually.
Okay, so things are gonna change. Tell me.
No, she didn't slap me. I mean, it was nice, like there was basically this play that we did on the city theater.
Okay.
Like my school organized it, and basically we took like all the high school pupils, whatever you call them.
Yeah, pupils.
They were there, and I was like in the city's biggest theater, and I did a role. It was King Oberon from Midsummer Night's Dream.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it was great.
Can you imagine Felix?
Yeah. And
with hairs.
Yeah, and and after I had a lot of hair back in the day.
Yeah, I remember when I first met you. Okay, but not much.
No, I had more than that. Well,
still
sure?
Yeah, I was
really?
16, so
I don't know. Maybe you were born.
No. My hair started falling when I started audit. So
okay.
And so we had this play, and the whole high school was there, and like for 2 weeks, I was like a celebrity. Everybody knew me at school. It lasted only 2 weeks. Could have lasted more. And I remember that after.
Yeah, you say that not.
It could last more. So yeah, what happened is that after the show, after this whole theater thing, we went to a club there. I mean, like back in the days, clubs used to start at like 11, 12 in the morning. Yeah. It was sad back then.
Oh, okay.
So at around, after the whole theater thing finished, it was like 12:30, and we went to this club. It was named Capones. And, and I met this girl. And like, I mean, I was awkward. I still am. So I don't even know how I did it, that I went to speak to her. and we spoke a bit, and she gave me her number. And there's another story about this one. And anyway, she gave me her number, and we started speaking with messages and everything. And we went like 3 or 4 times out, and I don't even remember. I think we kissed at some point in one of those dates, and then
she cried.
She did not cry. She did not cry.
She just left.
That was probably my first kiss, so it would have been horrible to her. But yeah. So yeah, what happened is that, we spoke, we kept this thing going on for like 2 months. And then, we had a huge fight, which was really stupid. I don't even remember what was the reason. And we just broke up. And I was so lame that I started, I will never forget this. I told her a Spanish expression like adios or something like that. And when I think about it, I was like so cringy.
So you said adios.
Adios, like something like that. And since then, every time I would break up, I would be like speaking in Albanian or the language that we used to. Never Spanish. Like I think even if I have a Spanish girlfriend at some point, I would be like, let's break up in English. And the other thing about this that happened, it was like, my father, he bought to all our family these numbers which were based on a contract that you pay as much as you speak or as much as you text or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. And I used to send like 1 million messages every day, text messages. And at some point we get like a bill. Like my father had paid like 40 euros. My mom, not even 5, because it was always like, I'm not calling anyone, I'm not spending money. She's like the Jewish in our family. So yeah, and I was like, I had spent like 100 euros, and my father comes back home with a bill, and he's like, what the hell have you done with your phone? And I was like, yeah, Dad, there's this girl and I speak. And he was like, it's okay. Spend the money, it's okay. You have a girlfriend? Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
My dad would have beaten the shit out of me, but yeah.
No.
And wait, but why clubs were open in the morning? So you're going out for brunch and then let's just hit the floor.
Because we were like 16, back in the days, it would be like, I would have to go home back at 8, 9, and girls probably would have to be home by 6. So, you cannot go party.
But you were going like on a Saturday, for example.
Yeah, on a Saturday morning, you would wake up, have a shower,
and
go straight to the club.
You dance with your espresso in your hand.
Yeah, I grew up in different times.
That orange juice is hitting me hard.
May I offer you a cappuccino?
Hey, you want to get a drink together, like an orange juice or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with a croissant as well.
Oh, really? Well,
no,
that's good.
So yeah, I think it was different
kids
times
doing waffles in the toilet. Anyway, because I never. Actually, even in Italy, we had such parties during.
Bro, it's called after party.
No, come on. No, you go to disco on a Sunday afternoon. But
yeah, we like to start a bit earlier.
At the end, the club is like closed, right? There are no windows and stuff, so it feels like night. So
yeah,
it's the same.
Badia is similar to
Badia Caput Mondi.
Badia is similar to my hometown.
Yeah,
Zautam, Albania. And moving forward, what did you do for university?
University was nice, actually. University, in the beginning it was hard to adapt. In the years during the years that I was back in Vlora, I would have learned only the Albanian dialect that we speak there. Okay. So it was really interesting to move out of that environment, to meet people from other cities and not understand them and smile like, yeah. So many times. There was this guy who was from the north, like from high north, and he would speak to me and he would ask questions and I would be like, yeah. And he was like, no, but I asked you a question. And I'd be like, what was the question? And we would have this conversation over again until, he stopped speaking to me. Yeah. I was not sad, but still, like...
It's an experience.
It's an experience, yeah.
And then when you moved to Italy, you were speaking good Italian, or?
Yeah, already. My Italian was really good at that point. Then, it improved.
Already, yeah.
Already, yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay.
I mean, it's not mother tongue, it's father tongue. So not that good.
Okay.
Yeah, talking about stupid jokes.
And have you ever been to Italy before moving to Turin? Or?
Yeah, before moving to Turin, I had been in Milan and I had been also in Genoa for work, never for holidays before.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, moving there, like to live there, was really strange. You know, like I was in a completely different country. I had to do things by myself now, you know, like really by myself, because my parents were like 2 hours on a flight away. So it was not like back in uni when if I had a problem, like a huge problem, they would drive 2 hours and would come to me. This time it was like, hey, I'm alone here.
Yeah.
So it was completely different adventure.
You like Turin?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I really love the city. It's a bit boring. A bit.
I don't know.
But not more boring than Luxembourg, if I may say that. Sorry, Luxembourg.
No worries.
I hope I don't get
We just
fired
lost all the
after
funds
this.
that we could ask for.
I hope I don't get fired after this.
And what were you doing in Turin? I mean, I know, but
Yeah,
I'm pretending I don't know.
I was an auditor back then. I was working for Deloitte Turin. And I had like some really, really interesting clients. The thing is that, you know, when I first went to Turin, the city is like really gray at sometimes, you know, like I transferred there in October, and, you know, it was like the good days, the nice days with sun were kind of rare, you know, It was more like fog, a lot of fog, and cold weather and everything. And, you know, like for me, I also had, you know, personal, how can I say, you know, I had just broken up with my girlfriend, and I had to find a new house, and I didn't know anything about the city.
You broke up with a girlfriend in Albania?
Yeah. So, because of distance.
And what did you tell her? Like,
after
you moved?
With me. Yeah.
So she said adios.
She said adios.
Okay.
But after you moved or before?
It was 1 week before, you know. So it was like I was so stressed. I was going into a completely different country. I mean, I spoke Italian and I knew Italy and everything, but you know, it's one thing going to visit and one thing to live there. So, you know, I was sad about the breakup. I was like completely alone, and, you know, like I am a bit social, if we can say that. So I was completely alone. I had to find a home. I was visiting like, you know, 5 or 6 apartments every day, and all of them were like crap. So I lost, I think, 10 or 15 kilos due to all this.
Should think it again.
Yeah, definitely. So I lost like 10 to 15 kilos during all this period. It was like, you know, a month
Super
that was like a baptism of fire. And then, then I discovered like saccottini alla Nutella, which is like a typical pastry thing in Turin. I think it's from Turin. And I went back to normal again. I started working. You know, I met a lot of people working there, made friends. So, you know, after some time, I adapted to the city. But I think it was one of the, you know, the most difficult experience ever. And to be honest, I was not expecting it, because I thought Italy, you know, I mean, our culture is so close to the Italian one and everything. So I thought it would not be difficult to adapt. But in the end, you know, it was so difficult.
What was the hardest challenge?
The hardest challenge was like, you know, I was going in a place where all the people in the office knew each other. Like, you know, when you start as an associate, you have your own group of associates. And as the years pass by, you already know them. You started together, so you are in that group. Me, I went there as an auditor. And it was very, very rare that someone would go as a semi-senior or as a senior. So it was like I kind of did not have a group, you know. Like, for example, people started working in 2015. they have their own group. They started together. They build a relationship.
Yeah.
I couldn't build that kind of relationship with anyone. Thank God, we had some big clients at some point. So spending, So spending every day for 3 or 4 weeks with the same team, you get to know them, and you start making friends like that. Which I think that was the thing that made the adaptation in Turin easier. Otherwise, I think it would have been like a living hell.
Yeah.
And the people that you know or you got along more were from Turin or from...
actually, outside? The majority were from Turin. Also, some people from the south that lived in Turin or that had studied in Turin and worked in Deloitte. But the majority was like from Turin or nearby Turin. It was, let's say, not a very diverse environment. Mostly were from the city or from the villages around the city. But still, I mean, I think that helped because given that they were from Turin, we would live like close to each other, so it would be easy to grab a coffee on a Sunday or on a Saturday. And then again, when you don't have friends, you try making them, so you have to throw yourself there and to push, and it's up to you to make it work because all the other people there had their friends and everything, so. It was you who had to be. It was I in this case. It was me that had to find a group and to make friendships and everything.
Okay. And how were you coping with the? Because I guess the workload was quite tough.
Yeah, the workload was heavy, but I had already worked 2 years in Deloitte in Albania, so it was not difficult to adapt. I believe the biggest problem was the social one rather than the one at work. At work, in the end, it's audit. It's not rocket science. You have to follow the rules. You have to do what in my case, and when you are like an associate or like a semi-senior, you have to do what they tell you. You have to be a bit more careful, of course, but that's it. It was not very complicated. It was mostly about the social part that was hard for me in the beginning.
Okay, but you had you had the show is not interesting apparently.
Our guest.
You wanna cut it right now? Let's not waste everybody's time, huh? Right?
What do you want to ask? Were there?
All right,
he woke up. No, we had to play the piano.
Dun. But there were some big events where you could meet other people, or how was your social life in Turin?
Well, I mean, not big events. What I did, is like I started playing sports. I found this very nice group of guys playing football every Wednesday and Saturday.
Juventus?
No.
Maybe.
Torino.
Torino. Okay.
Yeah.
Belotti.
Yeah. I met him once in the streets.
When?
I just had to say that. So I met this group of guys and we were playing like 8 against 8, and I was a goalkeeper. I was really good at goalkeeping. What?
Tamatasom. It's Egyptian.
He speaks the language of God.
Oh, sorry.
Speaking the language of God.
Don't speak that. Dai, fai la domanda.
Non mi ricordo.
Our guest is a bit hostile.
No.
We will neutralize him.
Security, do your thing.
No, you were saying football helped you to mingle with the...
Yeah, basically what happened is I was looking at these strange announcement groups, which usually are to sell stuff or, to girls looking for guys looking for girls. But I don't remember the name. Announcement something.
Guys looking for guys.
Guys looking for guys.
I mean, you have to be
politically correct.
Compliant,
and this kind of website had a part like sports, which was so like, what the hell? And there was like...
could be considered a sport.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
it was an orgy, not football.
He thinks that playing Xbox is a sport. So
yeah, also, yeah. There's no perfect people.
Yeah.
There's no perfect people.
I know.
So yeah, there was this sports announcement, and there was this guy saying that we, as of September, we have started play football, and we need people who can join us, mainly goalkeepers. So I had played at goal back in my days, in my prime days, and
you were good.
Yeah, really good.
And ain't much, but honest work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I write to this guy, and the football pitch was like 10 minutes away from my home, and I go the first day, and I had bought like the gloves, goalkeeping gloves and everything, and I was like fully geared, this is my day. And I played like so good that in my first day I won like the highest ranking, because apparently they had some system where they would rank foubles, it was called.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and that's how I found the football team. All the other times I was horrible, but I did one performance, and that was enough for me to to have my place in the team forever.
Yeah. Also, the wife said that.
He did such a great job the first time, but
then
still waiting for the performance to come over again.
I'm really good at first impressions, let's say.
Okay.
Yeah. Then when you get to know me, you see the shit. But
yeah, but
in the beginning,
you still are our friend.
Well, de gustibus.
And okay, and then after Turin, why did you decide to move? Like, what was the reason? What was the?
What happened is Deloitte.
I know.
You know.
You know. Yeah.
You can say it for me.
You want to sit there?
I mean, bolt for bolt, beer for beer.
We can switch.
I can ask the questions. It's not.
So Flavio,
why did you leave Napoli?
Fuck, it's hard, huh?
It's okay.
That's what she didn't say.
Okay, so yeah, basically what happened.
Why I left Napoli?
No, why I left Turin.
But you lost Napoli actually.
I thought I was a guest.
Okay, so be polite.
Is this a crossover episode or what?
Actually, the glasses are on you.
Hey, the audience is smart.
Yeah.
Wow.
The audience just said people are poor in Napoli.
And
that's not true.
And we are totally against any prejudice. Prejudice. Whatever.
Prejudice is...
English is not even my second language, so...
It's her cousin language.
It's like a third cousin language.
Cugino.
Anyway, why you left Turin?
So in December 2017, my company, Deloitte, opened an office in Greece as an outsourcing office to work for Italian teams. And out of I think we were 8,000 people in Deloitte back at the time in Deloitte, Italy. Out of 8,000 people, or 3,000, I don't know. I mean, I'm not good with numbers.
Difference is small, yeah.
Not material. So what happened is I was the only one that would speak Italian and Greek and would know how the project worked. So they told me, hey, you want to go and do the project coordinator in Thessaloniki, like the second biggest city in Greece? And I was like, you're kidding me? Yeah. So I moved to Greece temporarily. Apparently temporarily for Deloitte Italy, it was 10 months.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I would go back to Turin once every while to follow my clients. I mean, the ones that they were left.
Yeah.
Because they kind of threw me out of the majority. So that's how I ended up. In Greece for the second time.
You prefer Thessaloniki or Athens?
Oh well, I know that if I say one or the other, there will be people that will
but that's the point.
Will lynch me and
it's fine.
Hit me. No, to be honest, I prefer Thessaloniki.
Boom.
I really love Athens. I really, really love it. But Thessaloniki had like this different touch, like it was a very, very, very different city, a bit smaller than Athens, but
it's on the sea, right?
It's on the sea, but Athens also is on the sea.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
port.
Piraeus.
I don't really remember.
Piraeus.
It's not
Piraeus.
famous to go.
Yeah, I never said that.
Yeah, so
For,
Thessaloniki was like very,
summer
very
vacation.
no. So Thessaloniki was like a city that really, really impressed me. You know, it was like going to a place that I felt really, you know,
In love?
in love. Yeah. In love, I think it's the right word. I spent 10 months there, and I didn't want to move. The only problem is that they offered me a position there.
Mhm.
We didn't find, you know, we negotiated a lot for like 2 or 3 months, and we didn't find like
A match.
between the
But
salary
for
that
the
I
salary,
wanted and
yeah.
the salary that they offered. And plus the other thing is that, you know, I had to do the army. I had to go to the army. I had to do my military obligations, for which I was not very happy to do them, you know. I mean,
In Greece.
I can, yeah. I can barely do an audit. So let's not think about, you know, military service and everything.
So you decide to go back to Italy, or you moved directly?
No,
what
actually,
was your next destination?
I was disappointed with my firm due to all these negotiations and stuff. So what I did is like I spoke with a girl from PwC Luxembourg that I had already contacted a long time ago. Back in 2016, I had sent an application to PwC Luxembourg, and they had offered me a contract, which I did not accept, and instead moved to Turin. So now I contacted the same girl. Thank God she was still there in PwC Luxembourg, and I sent her CV, and we started the process. They were a bit slow, so in the meantime, I had also other interviews and everything. So at some point, I get an offer from Malta. And I was like, okay, I knew nothing about Malta. I knew that it was an island in the Mediterranean, that their football team was not really good. But that was all, you know. And at some point, you know, the offer was not coming from PwC Luxembourg. The process was going long.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to do something because my contract was expiring with Deloitte Italy, and I didn't want to go back to Albania. So I accepted the offer from Deloitte Malta, and I moved there. I stayed 3 months in Malta, and really it was like, I don't even know if it was a good or a bad experience. I'm so perplexed on that really...
But
Why?
why?
Why? Well, the weather was amazing. Like, I remember one of my last days in Malta, probably the last day in Malta was 22nd of December or something. And I had like short sleeves. And, you know, I was happy in a way. But then the place was like really, really tiny, like really small. And
Smaller than Luxembourg.
Yeah, a lot smaller. And at a point, I was like, you know, I felt like being in a prison or something. You know, Napoleon, St. Helena Island.
Yeah.
So
He just compared himself working in Malta with Napoleon.
Yeah.
Emperor of these balls.
You never know.
Cheese nuts.
You never know. So yeah, I spent like 3 months there. The weather was amazing. I met like really, really nice people in Malta, but it was like I was feeling, you know, suffocated. And plus I was working with a team in Malta that they were all Maltese. And let's say that we didn't have quite the chemistry with Maltese people. They were a lot different, you know, from what I was used to. So yeah, I was in probation. I quit. I gave my 10-day notice or 2 weeks notice, something like that. And I prepared myself to move to Luxembourg.
Okay.
So yeah, Malta story is a bit short.
Yeah, I think you're used to.
Yeah, not very different from...
You can always learn from your mistakes.
Yes,
right?
You're not learning.
Yeah, I think that's a quality that I might improve, you know, learning from mistakes. Because I keep doing
right now
them.
You do mistakes, but...
I keep doing them, but apparently I haven't learned a lot. Yeah. Thank God, you know, I don't put the fingers on the plug. Yeah, that's one thing that I don't do.
Okay.
Because there's no way to learn from that mistake. But there are people learning from you from that mistake, if it helps. I mean, you know, not really.
Okay, so Luxembourg.
So Luxembourg.
Welcome to Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Okay, when
Moyen.
you moved
Moyen.
when you moved to Luxembourg.
It was 9th of January 2019. I'll never forget that day. I mean, I took a flight
Oh, you
straight
got
to
robbed?
Luxembourg from what?
No. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I took a flight from.
Oh, nice, a flight.
Yeah. I could have come with a boat or something, like illegal immigrants. But
You prefer a flight?
I came in 9th of January, apparently. Man, just let me finish the fucking question. I know. Dai, fai la domanda un'altra volta.
Well, okay, let's. Okay, so when you moved to Luxembourg,
I moved to Luxembourg on January 2019. I still remember that. It was kind of a shock because I was in Albania.
okay,
It was sunny, good weather. I come here, it was snowing, and I'm not a fan of snow. I really hate snow. Like you see the people that they watch outside snowing, and they're like, wow, and they are so impressed. I hate it. I hate snow, really. It's like one of the things I hate more in my life. Yeah, never been to ski, so you can imagine.
yeah, me neither.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I come to a place that was like gray, snowing, strange. I didn't know anybody at all. So it was like starting all over again. And there was this Italian guy, and I stayed at his Airbnb, and he was giving me advices. And I remember like the first thing that he told to me is like, why did you come here? Like, why? And I was like, what do you mean, why? It's Luxembourg. It's a new experience and everything. It's a place that pays you well. People are from all over the world. And he said, okay, yeah, whatever. I was like, that guy was like 5 years in Luxembourg, and he gave me like
He was enjoying life.
Yeah, he was enjoying life.
Welcome to Luxembourg.
Yeah, definitely. And he gave me like a lot of good advices, but at the same time he was like a pain in the ass, like in a way that I'm gonna have like a probation of 6 months. You have to work for that because I know a lot of people that didn't pass probation. What the hell,
Bella
man?
guardata.
What the hell, man? So in the end I passed probation.
Okay, that's why you're still here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the beginning was like really strange. It was difficult for me to find a home. I had put so many appointments, and I would find houses like, I think it's a problem also today.
Yeah.
I find houses like would cost like really high, and would be like a studio. And I was used to Malta or to Turin that you would pay a decent amount of money for like a 1-bedroom apartment. So I was kind of impressed how expensive things are here. And then my first salary passed, and I was like, okay, now I get it. So yeah, then I found a house, I found some friends. Well, I mean, I met some people I put a question on Luxembourg expats because I had never had the probation period in my life. So I was like, in Malta, I saw it the first time, but it was like, hey, nobody fails probation. It's like,
Fine.
it's fine. And then I come here, and the guy told me that I know a lot of people that didn't pass probation. And I was like, okay, maybe it's a problem here in Luxembourg probation. And, I had paid a lot of money to come here. So I put a post on Luxembourg expats. There's this huge page on Facebook or whatever. And I write there, and I'm like, I will start working for PwC Luxembourg. I wanted to know basically, how does this probation things work? How does this probation thing works? And are there people that did not pass? Yeah, and there were people commenting bullshit, like making jokes, and I got everything like, oh my god, they're serious, like probation is a huge thing here. It's like going to the university. You have to do the tests and everything.
Yeah.
And I was so worried. And thanks to that post, I met the first people in PwC Luxembourg. One of them was Andrei Kojean. So when I started working for PwC, I texted them and I'm telling them, hey, listen, I started working here. Maybe we can have a coffee. And through them, I started meeting people. And then, it was so easy. Like my biggest fear when I first came to Luxembourg is that, I'm 28. I'm 28 years old. It's not that I'm 25 anymore. How am I going to meet people? How am I going to interact with people and, make friends and everything? And thanks to these guys, I met a lot of people. And it was like, in 3 or 4 months, I had a lot of friends and I could go out for a coffee and completely the opposite of Turin, for example, which, needed a lot more time.
The environment is different from Turin.
The environment in Luxembourg is completely different to many other countries. Yeah. It's very easy to meet people. Most of the people are in the same situation as you are. They moved here. They complain about the rent prices, about the weather. So,
They never complain about the salary, yeah?
Well,
sometimes.
There's room for it always.
There's always room for it. So, every time I would listen to someone complain about the weather, I would be like, hey, he's my brother. Like, hey, man, let's have a coffee, man. Complain about the weather for 2 hours. Yeah, and so I started meeting people, and this whole adaptation thing in Luxembourg was like one of the easiest things that I've ever done.
Good.
After 3 or 4 months, I was like, I could go out to party. I would have people with whom I could have a coffee, have a drink, and gradually before COVID in Luxembourg, you could meet a lot of people by going out. You bring a friend, he brings a friend, and it was so common for groups to mix between them.
Yeah.
And I met a lot of people back in the day.
Well, so was a good
experience. In the day sounds like you're
like 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago, so
4. No, 3.
You're not good at maths, are you?
No,
I can see that.
Yeah. It was not 2018?
19.
Yeah, okay. It was
so you also don't follow the conversation?
No.
Nice.
I don't care.
And
how to make your the people you invited feel good. Huh?
I don't care.
That's the way, right?
I don't care about you.
8th episode is not going to be very very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be published.
I still remember you playing football and saying Ostia.
Did I?
Yes. It was I think
but it's from
that guy.
It was not from.
Yeah, I told you about me and Spanish expressions. I try to avoid.
Spanish.
I try to avoid them now.
Yes.
But yeah, he remembers the cringe. Okay, now think you are my ex-girlfriend and I told you something in Spanish. How bad can that be? Yeah, poor girl.
So what's your next challenge?
I don't know. At some point,
to wake up tomorrow.
That's always a challenge.
Step by step.
Yeah.
At some point, I thought of doing the Ironman. Just to challenge myself,
but just to buy the helmet and...
No. Like to do the 1.9 kilometers swimming, like 10 kilometers running, and like 90 kilometers on a bike. It's called the Ironman. It's
but the Ironman is the triathlon.
Yeah, the triathlon.
Then there is the Ironman, like I think 70.2, something like that. That is alpha of triathlon. Yeah, and it's 42 kilometers running.
Yeah, that's why I will never do that.
And biking 180 kilometers.
Yeah. You gave me 3 reasons not to do it.
Yeah, but you told us that you want to do it.
At some point, I thought of doing it, but then I came into my senses.
Then you read the description,
and I realized that maybe that's not my thing.
No.
Yeah, maybe I could do other stuff. No, the challenge
like drinking
now.
spritz.
Yeah. I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like that.
Okay.
I'm very good. I could drink like 6 to 7 spritzes every night, even more.
Don't say it. We are on TV. Don't say it.
Oh, I'm on TV. Mom, Dad, sister.
Patching.
We don't do names.
Pachi. Avion.
We have to tell people about your problem with the cell phones.
Yeah.
Because we went...
also that he's scared of flying.
Yeah, I'm really... I remember when in my first time I went to New York, it was like an 8-hour flight. And before that, I had to do like another 3-hour flight, you know, Tirana, Rome, Rome, Milan. And then from Milan, 8 hours of flight. And I was like, you know, like, you know, holding to my
saints and
to
everything.
my saints, to my cross, you know, every turbulence that would happen, I would be like,
Okay, here we are.
watch on the next monitor, you know, what is the altitude, what is the speed. Yeah, because thank God, every time I went to New York, it was like, the plane was huge, first of all. And I would be here and both seats would be empty. Maybe because I smelled, I don't know.
Most likely.
Yeah, I think
likely.
so. It's that.
But yeah, I would put like a movie here and I would put on the next screen like the flight details. Like we are at 40,000 feet. This is the flight speed and everything. Every time I would, you know, feel like something was like the plane was moving, I would be like, okay,
Bro,
captain mode.
You're fucking flying. Of course, the plane is moving.
Yeah, but like turbulence is like moving strangely. And I would be like captain mode.
Junior, let him speak. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Like when we went from Cairo to Aswan with him in the plane.
I was afraid.
Yeah.
I was really afraid on that. Yeah. Anyways, to go back to this to this US
Egypt,
flight.
a safe country, says.
Anyways, the flight went smooth and I arrived to the States. It's not, you know,
Well, you're alive, so we can see that.
yeah. Well, I could have arrived in Mexico because the plane had an issue or something, or in Canada.
Yeah.
I made it to New York, JFK.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Where you were supposed to be.
JFK.
JFK.
Yeah.
But here in Luxembourg.
No,
Luxembourg.
the airport.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Same.
Yeah, I saw it on the ticket, JFK.
Ah.
Yeah. I know
Okay.
how to read.
That's a good news.
That's also good quality. Hey.
Yeah.
So
I
basically,
start reading.
yeah. And then I said, okay, why are you afraid of planes? Like the chances are really small that you.
Yeah, but
So when we stayed 3 weeks in New York, we did the audit and everything, and we entered the plane. Classic cross, everything. The cross.
how many?
3.
3.
Three,
okay.
and you enter with
Magic
your
number.
yeah, and you enter with your right leg
Ah.
because if you enter with your left, you're gonna die.
Ah.
Yeah. So
That's written on the ticket.
yeah. I did like all these superstitious procedures and everything. Entered
And
with
also
with my right leg, did the cross, everything. I went to sit.
But why we are talking about this?
Because he was
About
talking about
afraid of flying.
Afraid of flying.
Ah, okay, yes.
And the plane starts, and I say, okay, it's 11 in the evening, so I can try to sleep for the first time in a plane. I had never slept before in a plane because I was always thinking that, okay, I might have one chance of stay. If I stay vigilant, if the plane crashes, maybe I can survive somehow.
Whoa,
you
what would
know?
you do?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Fly.
Really, please
Fly.
tell me. I want to know.
Before my first flight, I used to watch all these videos on YouTube, like what you have to do when a plane crashes, like how you have to follow these emergency exits and everything. And I think that really, if my plane crashes, I will just die.
Yeah,
no?
the checkbox. Okay.
Yes,
Freak out.
okay.
Okay, smoke a cigarette.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
Follow the ale and then jump off.
You know,
Okay.
that's
So-
why he checks the altitude, the speed.
So yeah, I was always like, I know.
Okay,
Hey,
the captain. I think we're a bit too low. right?
in my defense, there are people that are scared.
Accelerar.
There are people that are scared of spiders, which is worse. At least the plane, if it crashes, you die. There's a reason to be afraid.
Hey, if a tarantula bites you,
Yeah, because we have so many tarantulas here in Luxembourg, right?
I don't know.
I've never seen one. Have you seen
I
one?
do not recognize if a spider is a tarantula. Okay, the tarantula is fucking big, but
Anyways.
I don't know.
To go back to the story.
Yeah.
So I put
You
a movie-
survived.
I survived. I put a movie and I'm like, okay, close your eyes and you will sleep. And the moment that I was almost sleeping, there was this huge change in in altitude, like a huge turbulence. I saw the hostess falling.
That guy's was the moment he lost hers.
And since I never slept, like I kept it
Yeah.
on. And I think when I went back home, I was like 36 or 38 hours with no sleep, you know, because I had spent the whole day in New York and then the whole night in the plane, no sleeping. Like,
He was checking.
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Captain, I
Yeah.
got you. Totally got you, man. So yeah, and
Yeah,
then
but it's true. He never sleeps when we go on the plane.
Hey.
We
I
have
don't
to-
realize because I
Yeah,
just
because we sleep. But every time he's
just
with
feel-
like headphones and with this phone like this.
yeah, I never sleep on flights. So that's what happened.
Yeah,
there.
but you sleep in the car.
In the car, yeah, because
Yeah,
what are
but
the
it's more
odds?
dangerous. Yeah, but it's more dangerous.
mortality.
Statistically, yeah.
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 So
I know. So yeah, I will start not sleeping in the cars as well.
also,
Yeah, it's pretty much as a story about being afraid of flying. It's like,
are you afraid of spiders?
no,
No.
I like spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have spiders at home?
I have some, and if they bite you, you become Spider-Man. I mean, that's so cool. Yeah, I mean, not my favorite superhero, but it's so easy. You don't have to do like Wolverine, like they put you all these metals inside. It's just a bite here.
Yeah.
Well, imagine if it was a. Okay, no, I cannot make these jokes. But anyway,
Yeah, like it will ruin everything, right?
as I usually do. No, I want to ask you something, but I forgot.
Yeah.
So
it's the first rule that they tell you in audit, like keep
No.
notes, write down. Come
Yeah.
on,
Ask questions. Your
ask
seniors are
questions.
here for
Your
you.
manager will not answer to them, but you ask them.
if you have, I mean, if you would have to move again, where would you go if you had to move again?
So what happened is like a couple of weeks ago, I was in Portugal,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a Sunday, and I had a walk by the beach, and there was people in the beach, like people in the beach. It was sunny. It was like 30 degrees or something. I was short-sleeved and everything. And I was like, Jesus, what am I doing in Luxembourg? So most definitely, if I have to move somewhere away from Luxembourg, it would totally be for some Mediterranean country. I don't know, Spain, Greece, probably,
Mhm.
though I have to wait until I'm 33 because of the military obligation. But really, it's probably going to be some Mediterranean country, south of France, somewhere that I like the weather. One thing that I learned
Egypt.
about myself during this, not really Egypt. I mean, I liked Egypt a lot, but not to live there. Sorry, audience. Sorry, audience.
Sorry, we are friends.
There's a guy from Egypt there.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
Yeah. So it was more.
We are Talata here.
Talata. So it will most definitely be like a Mediterranean country. I haven't decided yet because
Italy.
it's not in my plans. Also Italy, I really like it. Also Libya. Though, not really. It will definitely be a Mediterranean country.
Okay.
Definitely. Because
Algeria.
I love Algeria.
Ever been there?
All the Algerians.
But I know a lot of Algerian people, and they are so nice, and I really like them. And yeah. I just most probably have to learn Arabic to go there and do some.
You already speak it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you have
like I speak French. Yeah, but I don't speak French. Just a bit, juste un petit peu.
he just said just a bit bread.
No,
What did you
bread
say?
is pain.
Yeah.
I said pain. You see the difference?
Un peu.
Un peu.
Un
Un
peu.
peu. Juste un petit
Un
peu.
peu que.
Juste un petit
Yeah, French is really similar to Puya
Or you could be
dialect.
like, juste un petit peu. They will totally
That was
understand.
Portuguese.
No, he's a French.
That was
Oh.
He's Albanian French.
Albanian.
How many languages do you speak?
Around 6.
So Albanian,
So
Greek.
Yeah, the good thing is that, half of them are useless because, nobody speaks them apart from... No, it's Greek, Albanian, Italian, Spanish, French, and English.
You just said you don't speak French.
Well, I mean, it's not working level French, but I speak French.
Yeah.
Yeah. I speak French. Yeah, you know I speak French.
I don't know.
You've seen me in action.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem.
No, speaking French, nothing. Yeah.
You just speak at the beginning, to convince her.
Yeah.
Then
she's already drunk at the moment, so she doesn't realize.
So
Yeah.
it's
It's still on my CV though. Yeah.
Basic French.
A2, A.
not even B1.
B1, A.
And what's the most beautiful place you've been to?
Sydney.
You've been to Sydney?
Yeah, I've been to
See,
Sydney.
you never listen.
Actually, I think that the time spent in Sydney, it's like one of the most beautiful experiences ever. When you're a kid and you see the New Year's Eve and they put all these videos from like New York, Sydney, Dubai, all these towers and everything. And a couple of years ago, I was in Sydney. We did the New Year's Eve there. And for me, it felt like a dream, like if I had told the little kid that I was when I was 6 years old that, hey, one day what you are watching in the TV, you will be there and you will see it. I mean, the kid would have slapped me. Yeah. Like, cut the bullshit, hombre. Yeah. So yeah, I think Sydney was one of the best places maybe the best place that I have ever visited. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Will you live there?
It was a dream come true. I would live there. If I were younger, I would go for 1 year or 2 years there. I wouldn't mind.
You're not old. You just look like.
Yeah. Well, technically, yeah. I'm a bit old, 31.
I thought you were going to say something serious and then you realized the joke.
That is a pain. So yeah, and it's funny because I'm a bit superstitious, so it was like I started New Year 2020 like in the best way possible.
With the right foot.
Yeah, also it was like an amazing start of the year, and I thought, man, 2020 will be the best year in my life. Yeah. Will be an amazing year,
quote unquote. Yeah.
2 months later, COVID lockdown. What can I say?
Don't say
it was not me that brought it here, at least.
Sure.
Usually you are the one disappointing, not the other way
yeah.
around, right?
I was in China after Sydney. So...
Imagine it's patient 0.
No, definitely not. I mean, I could be patient 10 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, or 11. Actually, 18. That's my number. So
yeah.
If we have to go for a patient number, I'm patient 18.
Okay.
Why 18?
Because that's my number.
Yeah, but why is your number?
Because my birthday is 18 of April. So 18
is your number.
Actually, I've played so many times. There's also a reason that 18 is my number, because I've played it so many times in the casino, in the roulette, and I've always won. Egypt also.
Well, I don't remember that you won.
Yeah, with the 18 I won. Then I lost all my money.
Yeah, that's why.
Then I lost all my money. But at some point I was winning.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with you. So.
Also.
Should we go with the questions? Or do you want to ask something more?
Yeah, do you want to ask something more? I mean, I think it's already too boring, so just...
yeah. But, okay. No, go.
What?
I'm thinking about it.
What? No, okay, serious question.
Oh my God.
What? do you think you suffer from anxiety?
Me? No.
You sure?
You sure?
Okay.
I'm like a very, very, positive person. Sometimes I have negative thoughts.
Okay.
But anxiety, no.
No, because I want to tell this funny story. So we were in Egypt and we were in Cairo, and we had the brilliant idea to. So we subscribed for the cell phone SIM, right, to get the internet access, and we had the brilliant idea to just not buy 3 different SIMs but just one, and we gave it to
Felix. Brilliant idea.
because I'm a responsible person,
Yeah.
and I also spend a lot of time on internet.
Yeah, a lot.
we were walking in the old part of the city.
I think it's like the bad part of the city.
Well, it's old.
Okay, it
old
was
Cairo,
old
no?
and bad.
Old and bad
Old and
Cairo.
Yeah, and I still remember. Okay, that part is a bit sketchy. Not gonna lie, because we were walking to this main street, and
In the souk, right? We're in the
there
souk.
were shops all along. Yeah, souk, no, so shops all along the street, but it was really raw, let's say, because there were people like chopping off the head of the chickens and hanging them on
or
the.
you could see
Yeah.
like camel legs, hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
I mean,
very-
if you're
Dead
not-
dogs in the street.
If you're not used to it, it's a bit tough. But
yeah,
so-
Giacomo, because you are so used to it, right?
I mean, I come from Veneto, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, because so Felix was the only one with the internet on his phone. Me and Flavio were just following him, and at some point we go deeper and deeper into the street, and it gets even more sketchier and sketchier. So it gets dark and
Narrow.
like
Like Nocturnelli for Harry Potter fans.
exactly. And then the usual scene that you also have in movies of like kids playing with the football so
Streets.
in the street.
And
So
something bad is gonna happen, like
Yeah.
a bomb or something. Yeah,
But
in
all-
movies where the Americans go, the army, in the
yeah, and
streets,
then,
everything is
Yeah,
like...
I think it was only the soundtrack missing, like the soundtrack
Yeah.
behind, like dun, 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 dun.
crescendo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. Anyway, so we basically got stuck there, and we were like, I mean, where we going? Where we're going? And Felix was so afraid of, and anxious about like taking out his phone from his pocket. So we didn't know where to go because we didn't have access to Google Maps because we left it to the bravest of the three,
Yes.
and we just run away basically.
I think
'Cause
I,
we were
had,
quite
I
scared.
think I had anxiety there. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see that.
yeah. I was like,
Felix walking with his hand in his pocket.
yeah.
Because, of course, he wants to keep the phone there, and no one will notice that.
No, nobody.
No,
Especially if the head if the hand trembles. Yeah. I think most probably somebody would have taken it the wrong way. Like my head in the pocket trembling like this.
Yeah.
Man,
like
no,
a-
I'm not jerking off. I'm just afraid that somebody's gonna steal my phone. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I don't do that on the streets.
No?
No, not really. Never done it in the streets.
No.
Not yet.
No,
Oh.
not yet. Hey, I told you, never been arrested.
Okay.
You are
Sure.
ashamed for your country.
Yeah, I'm ashamed for my country.
We're gonna die.
Come on, what's your celebrity crush?
Whoa, my celebrity crush.
Myself.
Will Smith.
Not really. The one that I like the most is Rachel McAdams. You know her?
No.
Yeah, maybe she's not very famous, but she's like really, really cute, nice, and everything.
And she's
An actress?
she's an actress. Yeah.
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
where?
Well, from the States. I mean, she's a Hollywood one, so.
But which movie she was in?
I'm really, really.
Are you sure? On which website have you seen that?
No. She's a real
movie?
actress. It's just that
Yeah,
So
but
the movie from
everyone is a real actress.
like a real Hollywood
No,
actress, not that kind of
okay,
actress.
okay.
Download the movie from email.
No, I mean, like, I try
Toy
to
Story.
cultivate this male persona, and if I say the movie that I saw her in, it's like what? It was like Mean Girls. It was a high school drama movie,
Yeah, but Mean Girls is the one with the Lindsay Lohan.
also, and the bad one, Regina, is like Rachel McAdams.
Okay, the blonde one.
Jesus Christ! I really hope you cut this part.
No, it's gonna be in.
Have you seen Mean Girls as well?
See?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Sorority girl? Yeah, all right. Yeah. I still like girls.
Who is your number one nemesis?
What?
What?
This was too intellectual for you.
No, dai, come on.
I don't have a nemesis. I think it's myself, you know. It's like, you know, the devil and the angel that you have in your from
The
the
Albanian
So you
and
have
Greek.
heterosexual
no,
and
I mean-
homosexual.
No. It's like, you know, I think my biggest nemesis is myself. Unless, you know, you want to talk about Tinder swindler and the enemies, the fake enemies that
My enemies
that
are
wanna
after
kill
me.
you. My enemies are after me. So yeah, I think the only nemesis that I have is myself, really, you know. And I think for everyone, the biggest nemesis that they have is their own self. Philosophical moment, but
Mind
that's
your
the
own
truth.
business, okay?
Sorry.
Something that you like to do, but you are terrible at.
Well, I think that pretty much defines my life, you know, like there's so many things that I like to do, but I'm terrible at all of them. No, like one thing that I really like to do and I'm terrible at is basketball. I mean, I had played basketball for a long time back when I was 15 or 14, you know. I spent many years playing basketball. I was really good at handling the ball, but when it came to shooting threes, I was handling the basketball. Yeah, whatever. So I think, yeah. I'm good at handling balls. Yeah.
This is not getting better.
Also basketball. So yeah, I think guitar and basketball, which are like kind of my two hobbies, are the things that I really wish I was better, but I'm not very good.
Most foolish thing you have done for love?
Oh. Most foolish thing I have done for love. I don't really am a person to do a lot. Yeah, I haven't done a lot for love, actually. Just bought flowers and stuff like that, you know,
Okay,
like
girls
really,
crying.
yeah. Really, maybe, I don't know, you know, going to some other country just to visit or stuff like that. But foolish, I wouldn't say it's foolish because, you know, like if you think about not love, but in general about liking a girl or anything, I don't think there's anything foolish on that. If you want to do it, if you deep inside want to do it, it's not foolish.
Wow.
I know. Yeah, romantic. I know.
What is your favorite sex position?
I have a lot.
The one I'm in it.
I have a lot. Well, I mean, can I say two?
No.
Only one. I have to pick only one.
Si.
Ah, Jesus. Yeah,
Otherwise,
not
what
Jesus.
is
Like,
your
Not
favorite?
Jesus with Jesus.
like yeah. If I may mention one, I'm really a huge fan of Girl on Top. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah, that's the one I like.
The emancipated one.
What? I
no,
beg your
but-
pardon.
No, but
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. Milka's.
Ah,
I
the
eat
chocolate.
so much chocolate. Yeah. Nutella, Milka. All the desserts are my guilty pleasure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should stop, huh?
And racist jokes as well are my guilty pleasure, but I didn't want to say that here.
Black humor in general. let's
Black
say.
humor in general, it's my guilty pleasure.
A confession that you have for your mom.
Mom, when I was in third year in university, I failed maths, and I lost a year of university on that.
She didn't know?
Not all the truth.
No, okay.
Well, I passed
Mm.
through the door.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna get some slipper on my head when I go back home.
Most embarrassing song you have on your phone?
I have a lot. I think everything I hear is embarrassing to normal people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
The
listen.
soundtrack of Mean Girls.
No,
No?
not really. I mean, there are a lot of songs that I listen to and they are really nice, but you know, they're not what everybody likes. Most of them are depressive. But somehow, when you listen to depressive songs, it's like you feel better because you see, other people are in more shit
deep shit.
than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Povero Gabbiano.
Yeah. Right now, nothing comes to my mind. But, I kind of share Spotify with a friend. So, every time I want to listen to something that's kind of embarrassing, I just put it on YouTube instead and not on Spotify. Because, then he will see
What you're listening to?
what I listen to, and really, I wouldn't like the comments.
Yeah. Same for Pornhub. Huh?
No, that's always incognito.
Ah.
Nobody can see that. I mean, I learned that the hard way.
Your cash, guys.
Yeah,
And
you know
history.
when you think you're too cool that your parents will not find your history, your bruiser history, they did.
In which period would you like to be born? So if it wasn't in right now in 2000.
I believe during the Roman times. I mean, with the luck I have, I'm 100% sure I would be a slave. With all the bad luck that I have, but if I had to choose one period that I would live it would be the Roman times.
Nice.
Yeah.
Best colleague or teammate you've ever had?
You guys.
Thank you.
No, I mean I've had a lot of them, but I cannot say if one was the best or not. I think that when they would know who is the best or the one you really liked after you quit your work and you keep talking to them and you have contacts with them. I mean, I've switched so many jobs, so many countries, and there's still people that I keep close to me, and so I believe all of these people are let's say the best people I worked with.
Yeah, we should put a philosophical moment by Flex.
I think it's my Greek part speaking.
Okay.
Coming up from time to time. If someone finds you at the bar, what can he or she get you?
If someone,
It's easy, this one.
someone,
I know, but still.
I didn't get
If
it.
someone finds you at the bar, what can she or he get you?
I think everybody knows that I will have a glass of spritz in me. So if somebody wants to get me something, get me a glass of spritz, and I'm happy.
Spritz with Aperol, though.
Aperol spritz, yeah. Though I've tried also the Campari one, but I prefer the Aperol spritz.
You're a pussy. So. You have another one?
No, I think we could go for the restaurant one.
So
And
you
it's
you
your,
know it, you know it, right?
Oh shit! No.
So if you picture this, you're going to a restaurant for dinner, sitting at a table of four, with you included. So you have 3 more seats to fill. You can choose anyone from anywhere and from any time. So past and
Also imaginary people?
No.
I'm joking.
my girlfriend.
She's here with us. No, whoa, that's a nice question. If I could choose 3 people from all, well, first of all, Jesus, come on. I mean, it's so cool, right? Like, think about it. You order the water, damn, you have wine. Yeah. It's like 1 fish, boom, 5 fish. So Jesus would definitely be one of the guys that I would invite to this restaurant thing. Yeah, Jesus would be one of them. And I have space for another 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, space for another 2. One of them would most probably be some kind of, grandfather or great-grandfather that I,
in your family.
back in my family,
True.
just to...
know what's
just
up.
to know where do I come from, what the hell happened that I came out like this, where is the fault in the genes, Yeah. And well, the third one, I don't know, this is so difficult, but if I could choose the third one, I think it would be Che Guevara, like he's a person that he's a figure that I have always in my life liked for what he represents. I mean, I'm not communist, but the persona in Che Guevara is like really interesting. So I've read a lot about him, so I would really like to have like a chat directly with him to see things, directly as they are, and not from stories or from books or whatever. I think that if I could choose, it would be Jesus, some person in my genealogical tree somewhere, and Che Guevara.
And where would you take them?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I don't know. Jesus does not eat pork, right?
He was Jewish, no? Well,
technically he was Jewish.
Okay.
So maybe at some...
Wait, Jewish
I would take them to a Lebanese
Yeah, Jewish,
restaurant.
they eat pork.
They eat pork.
Yeah,
Wow.
Jewish, yeah.
Anyways, I would take them to a Lebanese restaurant because I like Lebanese food a lot. And also, I mean, Jesus would be used to that because, I mean, Lebanon
It's
is
nearby.
close to... Yeah. So I believe I would take them to a Lebanese restaurant. I don't want to make any
Yeah, but
advertising.
Che
so I will
Guevara
not
eating
mention-
Lebanese food.
No, Che Guevara would just come for the drinks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Your grandpa?
Not my grandpa, like
Grand.
an ancestor.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, he would come to eat. I mean, he never tried Lebanese. If he comes from the from the past, I'm 100% sure he never tried Lebanese.
How do you know?
I assume
Okay.
it's based on a reasonable assumption.
Okay. Marcus prepared.
Mark has reviewed. Hey, I was a senior in Price, so that was my job. To Mark has reviewed.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. It's okay. I'll
Touching
give you.
note.
I'll give you a
Got
good. I'll give you a good snapshot.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure. Thank you, the audience.
The audience still hot.
We paid him a lot of money.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, and it was really a pleasure.
Any closing points?
No,
Yeah.
I just
No.
I also
Control
want
C,
to
Control V.
see.
Yeah.
I just want to
Control save.
Bravo.
I'm talking.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, it's over.
Right, guys. Thank you for
Thanks a lot,
watching.
yeah.
It's been a pleasure having Felix, our dearest friend. So Felix,
All the names.
All
whatever.
the names, yeah.
Papanikolla.
But how do you
Lala.
say?
Papanikolla.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you very
Io.
much.
Bravo.
Grazie, zio.
Nudo.
Era bella? No.
Sì.